Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and the specially merciful. Dear viewers across the globe, I greet you with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be with you. Ameen, ameen. Dear viewers, welcome to this program. Welcome to take as much as you can from the valuable knowledge that we get from the Holy Quran. Today, I am going to cover not one verse from the Quran, but today I'm going to cover basically one concept that would require us to cover at least 6 ayat of the Quran. Don't be scared, they are very short, but it is only under one concept. It's a new concept that a lot of people are not aware of it. And this concept has been introduced to humanity. Some of them were totally blind about it, were totally ignorant about it. Some people until now, they don't know it exactly. But this concept is not just in religion, but it is applicable. The application that I'm going to cover today from these verses, it is applied to the concept of economy or to business. And a lot of people make business from this trivial or this margin of benefit of interest that they depend on. And here is the new concept of al-Mutaffifin. Those people, I'm going to explain it as the Quran explained it, those people who all the time like to get the benefit and the interest for them. Whether they are sellers or buyers, they want to get the maximum benefit from this. And this concept of al-Mutaffifun does not apply only to selling and buying. It applies to many things in our life. For example, when you hire somebody, psychologically, you want to give him the least amount of money or the minimum of his rights or her rights so that you can get more benefit. And vice versa. When you are employed, when you apply for a job, you yourself, when you are in this situation, you want to get the best, of course, and the maximum of the benefits as a natural human instinct in all of us. Yet the owner does not want to give you everything that you expect or you want, because he wants to get out of you more than you get out of him. This concept was widespread in Medina, the city of the Prophet ﷺ, before he was born. It was commonly used by traders and by businessmen in Medina and in Mecca as well. It's a concept thing. You want to buy something, you go, and this is represented in the scale. This is the scale, yes. And you want your scale all the time to be the winning one. And you want the other scales not to be the winning one. And although even it may be so trivial margin, for example, try to imagine 3 grams out of 1 kilo. It does not represent anything. It represents what? 3%? So it may not even notice that there is a difference. It's so trivial. Even this so trivial thing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, woe to those who are dealing with this trivial thing so that they would get more benefit than the other parts. See how justice is so important in this entire world. This entire world, unless it is balanced and unless this is governed by the Creator, whole corruption will spread everywhere. And you find that even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a special messenger that focuses on this issue, because people used to imbalance the balance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created this universe so balanced. And He put down the scale as a sign of justice that should prevail in every aspect in this world, in every aspect in this life. You find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this balance, has created this universe with this balance. Yet, there are few humans who try to imbalance the balance. And this is one of the dangers that had been referred to in this verse that I'm going to cover today. This is chapter number 83, and ayah from 1 to 6. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ويل للمطففين الذين إذا اكتالوا على الناس يستوفون وإذا كالوهم أو وزنوهم يخسرون ألا يظن أولئك أنهم مبعوثون ليوم عظيم يوم يقوم الناس لرب العالمين. This can roughly be translated as, woe to the Mutaffifin, those who give in less in measure and weight. Those who, when they have to receive by measure from men, demand full measure. And when they have to give by measure or weight to other men, they give less than due. Do not they think that they will be resurrected for reckoning on a great day, the day when all mankind will stand before the Lord of the Alameen, the Lord of mankind. This is the day. As you can see, although you may think that the topic seems to be on a trivial or not an important issue, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it so important, because the essence of it is injustice. This is the practice that's so common among humans that will affect the entire society, not only one society, but it will affect the entire earth. And you can see the level of corruption now in some countries is higher than others, yet it is creeping and it is crawling from one location into another until you can sometimes feel that it has contaminated the entire world. Corruption. This is a sign of corruption. This is a sign of injustice that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want it to prevail. Remember, in the beginning of this episode, in the beginning of everything we would love, we said that we want peaceful society. We want to get peaceful world to live in, to enjoy living in it. And this can never be achieved without full justice. Justice according to whom? Not according to those who have power in their hands, because most of them, they use what is known nowadays as double standards. And you can see this double standards. For example, if you go to a gold shop, they have two kinds of measures. They use this kind of measure when they sell gold, and they don't use the same measure when they buy gold from people. So they have two different standards. And this happens again in everything, in areas of education, in areas of peace, in areas of every aspect in life. We want to establish a society without any kind of cheating. And all those buyers and sellers, they do their best to achieve, to get the maximum at the expense of the weak one. So when they are in power and they are the ones who have the money and they want to buy, they want to get the maximum benefit. And this is the nature of humans. Yet there should be a system that guarantees balance and guarantees justice. A very rare word that we rarely find it. Perhaps only in books and in stories. But in reality and in action, we don't find this in practice. We are lacking it, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it a threat from the first word of this chapter, a threat to those who are seeking extras, or those who are practicing double standards. We want to use one standard because this is one sign of having or establishing justice and balance. The whole chapter is about that. And the threat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in the beginning, woe, waylun. And waylun is a name of a valley in hellfire. In other words, for those who are dealing with any kind of injustice in their lives, their end or their consequences or their lives will end with this place and this location, a valley in hellfire. Who wants to be there? No one. No smart human beings want to be there for the sake of just getting extra dollars or extra dirhams or extra rupees. Nobody wants to be there. You would rather avoid any misconception here. You'd avoid that. When in doubt, leave it out. This is a very good rule. And when you are in doubt whether you are doing this extra thing that you are getting is not legally your right, you would run away from it. This is the focus of this chapter. And this is the focus of Islam. This is the religion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to humanity since the creation of Adam until now. It is the same religion carried by different messengers. But the content is the same, almost the same. That's why it tells us you have to be fair and just don't be deceived by the beauty of this trivial margin of benefit that you will get at the expense of deceiving others or cheating others. The entire verse, this is the focus of this entire verse, Al-Mutaffifun. That's why it begins with this. And here, at the end of these 6 verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you, أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَٰئِكَ أَنَّهُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ. Don't they think that they resurrect? This tells us how the pillars of Islam are so important in correcting one's life, in helping us to straighten up throughout all the ways and all the roads and all the channels and all the practices we do in our life. It helps us do this simply because it is the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you, just to get an idea of that day that we will stand in front, we resurrect from our graves and we meet Almighty Allah. It is so scary to know that this day is 50,000 years long. Try to imagine. You're going to stand 50,000 years long in front of Almighty Allah for reckoning. You are responsible. And this verse teaches us responsibility. Since as early as possible, you have to be responsible for what you do in your life. Is it just or no? Is it fair or no? If it is not just, neither just nor fair, just kick it out. Push it away from your road and ignore it. Because we said that we want to live in a peaceful society, a peaceful globe, a peaceful world, a peaceful universe. And this can never happen unless we implement what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us. This verse is taught to even children at schools. And it is very important to teach them. We can give them some examples that's within their ability to understand, that they can comprehend. Some examples of any kind of imbalance or unfairness that happens. That's why one of the questions that we usually ask in education, that is the teacher fair to all the students? Does he or she treat all the students equally and fairly and justly? This is as important as possible, so that to build up this small society of a classroom or a small society of a household that is based on justice, pure justice. I wish that one day we'll see this quality of justice prevailing everywhere. We do thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guiding us to these beautiful principles that would guarantee, and hopefully, inshallah, it will be implemented everywhere in the world. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.